Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is where you'll find celebrity crime and hot topics. Y'all, I had to put in a food-related story since I'm Houston Foodie 713. This is crazy enough just to even have it available, but KFC sells out of fried chicken flavored toothpaste in 48 hours. You got to be real greedy to buy chicken flavored toothpaste. I know it, for the most part, it's a, what is it? Gimmicky item, whatever you want to call it. KFC partnered with toothpaste manufacturer His Smile to unveil the newest dental hygiene product for a limited time.
His Smile.
The toothpaste, which is offered exclusively on the His Smile website for $13, was sold out as of Tuesday morning. I'm pretty sure if they put some more out, they'll sell out again. The toothpaste description on the website claims it contains a fluoride-free formula. Oh, well, that's a plus. I maybe would buy it, y'all. Just as a little souvenir. Let me know in the comments if y'all would buy it. I'm not going to start a chicken war, but if it was Popeye's flavor, I'd be looking on the website right now. All right, story on my girl, Houston's own Meg Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion, according to Hollywood Unlocked, reportedly wants Tory Lanez held in contempt for his behavior during deposition. Meg Thee Stallion is coming for Tory Lanez, asking a judge to call him out for his behavior during a recent deposition, which she labeled as disruptive, inflammatory, and inconsistent with the basic norms of civil litigation. That's right, Meg. Stay on his butt. He's still acting ignorant and belligerent, even locked up and found guilty. Get him, Meg. Her lawyer has thrown down a motion urging the court to explain why Lane's real name, Daystar Peterson, shouldn't face contempt charges in the civil suit Megan filed against Milagro Cooper. As we previously shared, Cooper is a blogger accused by Meg Thee Stallion of using her social media to push out defamatory statements, deep fake PORN videos, and blatant lies about her, all at the direction of Tory Lanez. When Lanez was summoned to give his deposition, Megan's attorney claims he was acting like he didn't get the meaning of simple words like discuss and approve. They also allege he called out her attorney's looks, calling her hair dye distracted and even suggesting she should bring a hairbrush next time they try to take his deposition as she was leaving. Oh my God, this boy here is not gonna learn. He's so mad that he's sitting in prison, losing money, not making money because of his bad decision and because she values her life and didn't want to lie for this fool. And then he paid Milagro Grams, which I may talk more about this, but he paid Milagro Grams, a broke blogger from Houston, to push his innocence, push a story about him being innocent. It's like, why would you have to do that if you were innocent, sir? Let the courts, decide. Why are you paying this broke blogger to lie for you and throw dirt on Meg's name? But anyway, hopefully he's held in contempt because you're still being ignorant. You still ain't learned your lesson. You lost. Bad decision. Deal with it. Suffer the consequences and comply before you get some more time.
Moving on, in case y'all didn't know, Gayle King, Katy Perry and them made it back from outer space. Her bestie Oprah Winfrey watched as they took off, and they made it back safely. Gayle was kind of hot under the collar about people criticizing her, calling her flight a ride. She had something to say to all the haters.
What is your message to everybody talking smack? I saw that some people said space is expensive and Americans can't afford eggs. Oh my goodness.
But this is the thing. I'm going to use the Mel Robbins theory of let them. But I say anybody that is criticizing this, some of them are people I know and like, so I'm a little surprised. I really resent that people are calling it a ride. We duplicated the trajectory of Alan Shepard's flight back in the day. No one called that a ride. I don't like people trying to minimalize what was done there. That's number two. I know it's expensive. Everybody's trying to figure out a way to make it more affordable. Every time they go up there, every single time, they're learning something. Right. Two of the women that won are rocket scientists, astrophysicists, activists. We're doing experiments. Every time you go up there, you're learning something. So, no, I'm sorry there are haters. There's always going to be haters.
Ooh,
but I
shake them haters off.
And that's why I'm standing here talking to you, because I feel so passionate about it. We're the first, but my hope is it will not be the last.
Okay, so Gayle then went in outer space, and now she got ruby red. I don't know what color hair that is. She looking good. She don't look like it aged her at all. It does seem kind of, I don't know. There's going to always be somebody that says something negative about what anybody is doing. I was just worried that they wouldn't make it safely. As long as it was for a purpose, and yes, it's good that they inspired many other women to do it. I'm not inspired to do it. Never would I ever. But hey, moving on.
Jay-Z and Beyonce clearing their name in yet another Diddy lawsuit. According to Hollywood Unlocked, Diddy accuser drops Beyonce and Jay-Z from freak-off lawsuit after Hov's lawyer mentions evidence proving his absence. Megan Cuniff, who's a reporter, she tweets her little legal updates, and on her Twitter, Megan Cuniff tweeted a federal lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs that alleged Jay-Z and Beyonce were witnesses to freak off, along with watchmaker Jacob Arabo, singer Gloria Estefan, and basketball star LeBron James has been amended to remove any reference to Jay-Z and Beyonce. They've been taken off. At this point, please stop with the antics. Either something happened to you or not. What difference does it make if these celebrities were there? Even LeBron, a spokesperson for him, said this is demonstrably false and doesn't even merit a report or response. Why do they they're going to have to really monitor what lawsuits they allow to be filed, especially when they have celebrities there, because this taints their reputation and this costs them money. Even though they're supposedly rich, it costs them money when they're adding these celebrities to lawsuits just to get their lawsuit some legs to stand on and get their names out there. And I don't know how many of these lawsuits are actually true, but now it's almost like it may not be true because you feel the need to just put celebrities in there so you can get your name out there versus getting justice. So this man named Manzaro Joseph came forward with shocking human trafficking allegations against Sean Diddy Combs. In legal documents obtained by TMZ, Joseph alleges that he was actually assaulted, given narcotics, and humiliated during a wild birthday party for Diddy's son, Christian King Combs, on Star Island in April 2015. It's noted Joseph's freak-off descriptor does not match what federal prosecutors have said in their federal ex-trafficking indictment. They allege freak-offs involve Diddy, a male ex-worker, and another woman. Okay, so false claim.
And why not a word from our friend to the channel? Why not a word from our friend Charleston White? Charleston White says, how can male rappers demand respect when they are the most disrespectful to black women? Future got 12 baby mamas, ain't raising none of them.
Babies everywhere, ain't raising none of them. Name me a rap lyric that's respectful. Name me some music that these make that's respectful. How the they go demand some respect when they some of the most disrespectful motherfuckers to the black woman we ever seen?
He got a point.
How? And not only are they in it in their lyrics, they in it in their actions. Future got 12 baby mamas, just putting babies everywhere, ain't raising none of them. Niggas just making fatherless babies everywhere. When all the statistics say fatherless children is at the greatest detriment. How this nigga doing this?
Wow.
Name me a rap lyric that's...
He got a point, y'all. Y'all speak on it in the comments. Y'all agree with Charleston White? I'm sure y'all do. This is sad. I mean, I don't like the way Charleston White speaks. I only know him from doing podcasts and from being scammed by Gayle King and Ernesto Williams, who I cover a lot and do reactions on from jail. So you can check those out if you are new to the channel. I react to Ernesto Williams' jail visits, jail calls, give updates on his case. He has a final plea hearing April 30th in 14 short days as of today while I'm recording this. But Charleston White claims to be scammed by Ernesto Williams and Gayle King, Hughley Rothschild, who is free while Ernesto Williams sits in Cobb County Jail by way of Fulton County, awaiting a trial or plea for a RICO charge. But in this video, Charleston White definitely makes sense. And he is apparently an activist, advocate. He has nonprofits. So he does help the black community. His mouthpiece is trash. He always talking trash. Filthy mouth, I guess I'll say filthy mouth.
Former LSU wide receiver Kairen Lacy was found dead in Houston on Saturday night. An LSU official confirmed to CBS Sports.
According to People magazine, he led police on a chase on Saturday before committing suicide.
Lacy was charged with negligent homicide, felony hit and run, and reckless driving back on December 17th, 2024, after prosecutors said Lacy left the scene of an accident that killed a man. Baton Rouge CBS affiliate WAFB reported that a grand jury was scheduled to hear evidence in Lacy's case Monday. Lacy caught 58 passes for 866 yards and 9 touchdowns in 2024 with the Tigers. It was his third season at LSU after 2 at Louisiana. 2 days after the incident, Lacy declared for the NFL draft, which is 11 days from now. Kairen Lacy was 24 years old.
News: LSU football star Kairen Lacy out on bail tonight after surrendering to police on charges connected to a deadly crash. Good evening and thank you for watching 9 News at 10. I'm Dion Guillory. His booking photo released late tonight. Louisiana State Police saying this all stems from a crash on December 17th in Lafourche Parish that killed a former Marine and injured 2 others. Police say Lacy caused that crash and accuse him of not reporting his involvement to police. Investigators tell us Lacy was on a trip out of state when his arrest warrant was issued. He surrendered late this evening and was booked on several charges, including negligent homicide and felony hit and run. About 90 minutes later, he posted a $151,000 bail and is now out of jail. The WAFB I-team learned the man killed in that crash was 78-year-old Herman Hall.
All right, so that was a report from the original accident. Some people feel if he was white, he wouldn't have received so much scrutiny.
Physical, strong, just so good in contested catches, so savvy. With you. I am with you. He is energy. Plays with so much passion. Great.
I think he couldn't handle the possibility that he wouldn't be going to the NFL based on the hit and run case that he had, or hit and run situation that he had. A lot of young people, it seems, does not know how to handle things like this. But if you've been working your whole life towards the NFL and one wrong decision ruins that chance, it's hard to deal with, but your village or community is supposed to prepare you for things like this. And unfortunately, he could not mentally handle it or could not deal with the possibility that he would not be going to the NFL. People of another race have been very harsh in the comments, basically upset that people are grieving his death and mourning his loss. I guess there should only be negative comments about him since his accident caused someone else to pass away, but we know how that goes. Most of those negative comments are from another race. Very tragic. It didn't help that the man that was killed was a Marine and he was white, and so some commenters were saying that the parish is very racist, and if that had been someone of another race, then it wouldn't have been such a harsh potential punishment, or the actions after the accident would have been different. So I don't know. Y'all can weigh in the comments if y'all know the particulars of this story. I wanted to give you a Carmelo Anthony update, which I'm still trying to do a separate video about it, and more stuff just keeps coming out. But here's a little tidbit. We do know Carmelo Anthony is free. He's free on $250K bond. I've heard that his family's had to move because they've been getting threats. And the judge, Carmelo Anthony's judge, gets added security, FBI investigating threats. I can believe that she's getting threats. This is very, very, very controversial, and people are very passionate about this.
Carmelo Anthony will be sleeping in his own bed tonight for the first time in weeks.
But he cannot leave home without a judge's permission after being released from jail. Anthony is accused of murdering Austin Metcalf at a high school track meet in Frisco.
And he's required to wear an ankle monitor at all times. Matt Howerton reports on how both sides argued over those conditions in court.
Carmelo Anthony walked out of the Collin County Jail just before 5 p.m. Monday.
Carmelo, why were you armed at school?
He was silent as questions were asked.
Good
it's
question.
the first time any camera, aside from the one capturing his mugshot, has focused on the 17-year-old since April 2nd. That day, Anthony admitting to police, according to arrest paperwork, that he stabbed fellow athlete 17-year-old Austin Metcalf to death at Frisco ISD's district track meet. The life-altering confrontation sparked by Metcalf when he asked Anthony to move out from underneath his team's tent. Anthony claiming self-defense. The case sparking tense reaction online. Internet jurors taking sides with heated rhetoric.
Threats and, talk of race war and all kinds of insanity.
Anthony's defense attorney speaking to us while arguing for the teen's $1 million bond to be lowered Monday. No cameras were allowed in the courtroom, extra security on hand. Republican Judge Angela Tucker deciding to drop Anthony's bail to $250,000 after about an hour of arguments.
What we're concerned about as prosecutors is justice.
District Attorney Greg Willis now focused on a grand jury indictment and keeping the case in Collin County.
This has definitely rocked our entire community. It has struck a nerve.
Anthony's father, the only one testifying on his son's behalf, calling him a straight-A student, a captain on the football and track teams with no criminal history. That may have influenced Tucker's decision, who is already getting heat for Monday's hearing.
And I don't, to me, let's just look at some of these comments that I've been seeing. And y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about it. These comments on Facebook or under Facebook articles, I've been kind of glancing at them just to get an idea. These people are fighting in these comments. Carmelo is a M word, who admitted he offed Austin. He should be in prison right now. What kind of message is this sending to the world? But baby, people are free all the time, get free all the time who off people, man. Where have you been? Where have you been, Adrian Arkwright? Right? Arkwright. Where have you been? Then Franklin Phelps says he should still be in jail without bail. It beyond absurd for him or his family to be living like kings on money that was to be or should be for his defense. Although I don't agree with that either. They're making a mockery of justice. Sick. These people are passionate. We are living in, and Lourdes Sierra says that we're living in the last days. No respect for life. Lawlessness is going to increase. God is still on the throne. He will avenge. These people are heated. And he and his family should not be receiving this GoFundMe. Shameful. And then somebody with some sense, Maya Mays, says, let's ask George Zimmerman and Kyle Rittenhouse. Yeah, I want to ask them too. And we know that these cases are not exactly the same, but of course people are going to compare it to other highly publicized cases where white people killed a black person white people killed someone and got off scot-free.
Kyle Rittenhouse had fundraisers. George Zimmerman got donations. They're free. So it does have some similarities. Not saying it's exactly the same. Freddie Gardner says he should be tried as an adult. Kamaya Young, who's fighting in the comments, says, so did Kyle Rittenhouse. What's the difference? The demon child killed not one but two people and injured a third. What's your excuse? I haven't seen not one white person say anything about Kyle Rittenhouse. I went under a different article to see if the comments are any different. Jesse James says, all those people kept saying he wasn't supposed to be there, but he's the captain of the track team. Come through. Truth. And someone else said, Jesse James, or the one saying his GPA wasn't good. Again, he was track and football. He had to maintain a good GPA in order to participate. The whole time I read that the white kid wasn't on the track team. So why was he not only in the 10, but also trying to tell someone they couldn't be? Free him. And someone says, Sherry Thomas says, I knew something wasn't right. They even had Carmelo on the roster to run. The twins wasn't supposed to be there, but it still raised that question. How is Carmelo the captain of the football team and Austin played football? How they don't know each other? Okay, some of these people just be totally off. They didn't go to the same school, did they? Someone says Metcalf didn't run track, period. That's who shouldn't have been there. Is that true? Someone says, as a community, can we assist the family with legal expenses? Let's stop letting this system criminalize those of us that don't deserve the prosecution. Please list the attorney in vid. There is a GoFundMe for the young man legal expenses. The GoFundMe was shut down, but they do have one that's raised with $450,000.
Frisco ISD holding its first board meeting Monday night since this incident. One board member even referencing it during an opening prayer, but that's all. The next steps, a grand jury hearing the case, deciding whether or not to send it to trial. In Frisco, I'm Matt Howerton.
I'm pretty sure they're going to send this to trial. I'm quite sure they're going to send it to trial. It's sad that this boy had to lose his life, or that he lost his life. He didn't have to lose his life. He could have got someone else to remove him if he wasn't supposed to be there. It's just crazy to me how we don't have the detail for detail what happened if we have so many witnesses. But I'll provide some more information on the matter. An officer on YouTube gave his reasons why self-defense may not work for Carmelo Anthony. Hopefully I'll come back with that soon. What do you think about Kairen Lacy taking his own life? Meg the Stallion wanting to hold Tory Lanez in contempt? Carmelo Anthony being out on bond? Gayle King and Charleston White's take on rappers. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification button so you don't miss any of my videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.